Last night's All-Star game started by Clayton Kershaw here in Dodger Stadium. If there's any human being that deserves that sort of moment, it's him. What an incredible player he has been, pitcher he has been, Hall of Famer he is, and then just Hall of Fame human being. He is somebody here in Southern California that everybody loves. Honestly, I know there are Dodger fans that prior to him having won that World Series in the bubble season, you might have kicked a rock here in LA and found somebody who thought like, oh, he's just not a big game guy, right? I mean, like you might have maybe heard that. But he's just a good dude, good human. I've also seen him in front of his house. I've trick-or-treated in his neighborhood. He sits in front of his house. He's the one out there giving candy to kids.
That's amazing.
He and his family. I've seen it. I actually strolled up to him in a Mr. Incredibles uniform, a costume myself. Okay, I've seen it. But just in case anybody wants a fresh reminder of who he is, what makes him tick, and how incredible a human he is on top of what a great pitcher he is and what he means to people. A 10-year-old boy. Oh, I'm going to get emotional here. A 10-year-old boy found his way in front of Clayton Kershaw's post-game press conference, okay? Or was it right before? A dozen questions about his first career All-Star game start on Tuesday. So it may have been before, it may have been after. I don't know. But the kid's name is Blake Grice. He's a 10-year-old. And after Kershaw took all the questions, he saw a kid waiting to talk to him. That because he got up, thought the press conference was over. He sits back down and takes a question from this kid, 10-year-old Blake Grice. This is what the 10-year-old said to him.
I'm Blake Grice. I'm from Denver, Colorado, and I want to tell you a quick little story.
Okay.
So my grandpa loved you. He watched the 1988 series, and he wanted to meet you and Vince Scully one day. So this moment is important to me because I'm meeting you for him.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
He was from Redondo Beach, and a little while ago, some years ago, he died from brain cancer. And oh my gosh.
Oh, come here, dude. Great to meet you.
Gets up and gives the kid a hug. Come on.
Great to meet you. Thanks for telling me. That took a lot of courage to tell me that, so I appreciate that. It's great to meet you. Granddad sounded like an awesome guy. Yeah? Okay, good. All right. Thanks for coming up. That took a lot of courage, man. That was awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming. All right. Is there do you have a parent here or anything?
Like,
that was great.
Oh,
According to a story in MLB.com, Blake's grandfather, Graham, died of brain cancer more than 7 years ago. So I guess he was 3. Might not remember much about his grandpa, but he knows this story.
Wow.
Before he passed away, Graham, his grandfather, made a list with his 2 grandchildren detailing everything they were going to do once he beat cancer for a 5th time, including visiting the Grand Canyon, Yellowstone, meeting Vince Scully, among other things. Graham passed away, never got a chance to experience those moments because on the list was meeting Clayton Kershaw, and that's why Blake said, I'm meeting him for you.
Oof.
It's dusty in here, folks.
Man.
I don't know where it is, how it is by you, but I'm assuming it is the same way. God, I love Clayton Kershaw and just...
So when I texted you guys
So
yesterday
beautiful.
about this and I asked you, had you seen it? I fully admit, man, I was sitting on the couch caught up in my emotions. I mean, people that know me know my grandpa was my very best friend. And as many, African-American men of his age, he was a Dodgers fan. So I grew up, my entire childhood was spent watching Dodger baseball with him, reading him the box scores. That's how I got to know all the players. And he'd explain to me what all the categories meant. And I can remember the first time I made it to Dodger Stadium, I called him.
Yeah.
I was on the third base side, and I just tried to describe to him what I was watching. And so when I saw this kid talk about, like, grandfather stories get me. So like I said, I won't lie. I watched this yesterday and I had tears in my eyes just kind of thinking of my own grandpa, our relationship with the Dodgers, and to see this kid get to do that. Man, life is, I mean, for as many bad things as we talk about, like, just the goodness in human beings sometimes.
Exactly.
Kind of resonates.
And Kershaw, you could see, like, you know, the light from him. And I just love the last part, like, you got a parent here?
I take back all the bad things I ever said.
Yeah, man. Clayton Kershaw, man.
That was that I mean, guys, that really did, like I said, me and my grandfather and that kid, that got me yesterday.